I'm going to tell you how to start your music career and going from being a beginner to a professional. My name's Chris, also known as the Artist Manifest. I've been doing music full time for 15 years. I've been in the music business for over 20 years. And I want to share my story and give you some tips on how you can get started. But first, I never wanted to do music full time. I wanted to be a pro skater. I wanted to, be in the magazines, get free stuff for skateboarding, and just, be the best known skater. But I got in a skateboarding accident, couldn't skate for months, and that's when I picked up a pad and pen and started to write songs. I didn't know what I was doing. I got invited to some youth conference where there were these guys rapping on stage, and I thought that was so cool. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try that. And next thing I knew, I'm trying to rap, don't know what I'm doing, starting to go to hip hop shops and buy vinyl and recording my songs over these beats and writing songs. And I just got started, right? And then eventually I found guys that could make my own beats. And I was like, wow, I can have my own beat, my own song. And I'm going to share how you can get your own beats as well too, your own tracks, whether that's pop, hip hop, rock. I'm going to share that in a little bit. But I had a guy make my own beat. I was like, wow, this is so cool. It's not as good as some of the other ones that I was writing to, but the fact that it was mine, right? I could record on it and then realize that I could actually sell it. I could get CDs made, or I could upload it online for people to hear. But I didn't know what I was doing, but that didn't stop me from taking steps forward. And then eventually I found guys that could record me and helped me write a better song and all this stuff. And I started in a hip-hop group called Under One King, and I was named Speedy for skateboarding. But eventually that group broke up, and I found a lot of guys just came and gone, and this was like a rap group, right? And a lot of dudes weren't that serious. And so I realized that I need to go out on my own. And so I went solo. And I remember my producer friend, and I'm going to talk about how important a producer is, said, man, you can't go to Speedy. We need to come up with a new name for you. And I'm like, okay, well, we came up with Manifest. And so I started as the Artist Manifest. And because I loved hip hop and I loved rock, I ended up mixing both of those. And that's step one, is deciding what genre of music do you want to make. And be specific. Narrow it down. Don't be ashamed about it. Narrow in. Unfortunately, I did do hip hop and rock, and I still do a little bit of both because mainly for rock is for Manifest, and then I write a lot of hip hop for TV and film stuff. But the riches are in the niches. And the more you can say, not just rock, can you say rap rock? Can you say classic rock? If you're doing hip hop, is it East Coast hip hop? Is it West Coast? Is it trap hip hop? What is it? Can you throw on it the fact that it's Catholic or it's Christian or it's whatever? Niche down, because then you know exactly who your music is for, right? It's so important. The second thing is come up with a name. What's your artist name going to be? What does it mean to you? It could be your real name. It could be a made up name. But what I love about having a name is it allowed me to have a different character and my real name's Chris Greenwood, but when I manifest and when I step out on that stage, or I step into that booth, or I step into my zone, it's it allows me to break out from that insecurity, that shy guy, that timid boy that lost his dad to suicide, and shed that and become this other person, this new identity. So take some time to really think about that. And I really challenge you, especially if you're just getting started and you want to have a band, don't bring all these band members together and say, yeah, it's our band. No, it's your band. You're the leader, right? Because nobody likes a 2 or 3-headed monster, right? Because bands break up all the time and then you never hear from them before. If this is your passion and this is your dream, you want to be in control and you hire out the other people. Or sure, you can chip them in on something, but they better know that you're the one who calls the shots, and they can be fired, because bands break up so often, and then it leaves the drummer or the lead singer or the guitarist, whoever started the band, who is actually serious about it. It's they got to start from scratch, right? And the third thing, to get started in this music career, you need songs. You want to be an artist, start writing songs. Just start writing. Write to instrumentals, write to beats. One of the favorite places for me to get beats now and to get tracks, whether it's hip hop, rock, pop, doesn't matter, beatstars.com. It's an amazing resource where you can get instrumentals. I'm writing there all the time. Sometimes I'll just get ideas and I'll get the idea, but then I'll send it to a producer and say, hey, I'm looking for something like this. Or I might actually use the producer and buy the beat from beatstars.com, record on it, release it professionally, and I have the rights to it. Like, it's so amazing, like, what we're looking for. And you can, like, even look up, are you looking for a sad beat, something with piano, something with, cinematic, something energetic? There's, like, so much stuff so that we can just start writing songs. The fourth thing that you really want to have and find is a producer. Now, there's a difference between a producer and a track maker. Someone who just makes tracks, that's fine, but you want someone who can produce a song. Someone that can take your song idea and say, hey man, let's work on the verse there. The chorus I'm not really feeling. Let's rewrite that. Let's give some more lift to that. Let's shape this song. Here's where the bridge should come in. Here's the outro. What's the intro, the lead up, and really shape the song. Challenge you to rewrite it, challenge you to re-sing it in ways and pull the best performance out of you. That's probably the best thing you could ever find, is a producer that you can work with, that you pay, even if you bring them to your track, but they can help finish it off and help mix it and get it sounding like a real track, a real record, right? Like, that's what, labels and producers and managers and fans want to hear. They want to hear a finished product. So that's the best investment in the person you want to have on your team. Someone that can take your little demo idea and shape it. Like, I remember the first time I had, a really raw idea, and then I worked with a producer, and he took it from here and just blew it up, and we made a hit song. And not all producers are created equal. You're going to work with lots of different producers and lots of people, but that's the foundation of this game, is finding a producer and writing songs. Now, if you don't want to write songs, you don't have a producer, the next best thing is to start doing covers. Cover a hit. Get used to singing hits and feel what a hit song feels like compared to maybe one of your newer songs that isn't a hit yet, because you're just starting out. Start covering other songs, right? Before we go, I got one more tip I want to share with you, and that's what you don't need and what you shouldn't be focusing on when you're starting a career. And I see so many artists do this, and you don't need these things right now. Before I share them, I want to make sure you come and join our next Get More Fans 5-day challenge, where for 5 days straight, I am training you, going live, teaching you how to build a fan base, how to get started in this music industry. Go to 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge, and you get to ask me questions every single day for 5 days straight when you get a VIP ticket. It's freaking awesome. The next one's coming up really soon. You can see the date when you click the link, but I hope to see you there and giving you feedback on your career. Now, what you don't need right now when you're just getting started, you do not need a manager. All right, you just got started. You ain't making any money with your music, and a manager gets paid off the money that you're already earning. So you need to get this ball going, get it rolling, get some songs out there, get some wind under your feet, get some grass under your feet, some wind under your wings, right? You definitely do not need a label, all right? If you're just getting started and you've got your first few songs, even if they sound amazing, you're like, oh, these are hits, I want to take them to a label. No, you want the label knocking on your door. You need to create enough buzz and enough stuff going on where a label is knocking on your door. A publisher is knocking on your door. But you want to be in a position where you can negotiate. When you're calling them down, you're not in a negotiating position. And they take advantage of you, steal your master, steal a bunch of your publishing, and then you're just a slave to them. The third thing that you do not need yet is a booking agent. If you're just getting started, you should be going to open mics. Find out where they are, where they're happening, where you can perform for free. Whether it's a coffee shop, your church, school, university, campfire night, karaoke, wherever they got something going on, a bar where you can test your stuff, try your stuff out. I did that for years. If you read my book, Fighter, 5 Keys to Conquering Fear and Reaching Your Dreams, it's on Audible. I share how I really, cut my teeth in open mics by going there every single Sunday. And guys would play a beat, and I'd get up there and I'd do my little rap or do my thing, and I would just be building up my confidence, performing in front of people, learning how to connect to the audience, right? Like there's so much into putting on a good show, like how to keep the crowd, how to entertain the crowd, how to wow the crowd, how to speak to the crowd and engage them, right? Like, you want to have a stage show, like if you're going to hit up a booking agent, they're going to want to like what's your show? Like, how many songs can you do? Do you have a 15-minute set? Do you have a 30-minute set? Do you have an hour set? Right? Like there's so much details, and sometimes we put the cart before the horse as opposed to just get some experience under your belt. But don't give up. Enjoy this journey. Don't be wanting to like just get there so quickly. Like a lot of you see, oh, I got 1 million monthly listeners. I've toured 22 different countries. I've played over 1,000 shows. You're coming in halfway through the movie of my life. You know, I've done all these things, right? But you want to just get to the end, but you're missing out on all the fun. You're missing out on all the struggle, and you won't appreciate it. So I say embrace the struggle, right? Embrace it. Like, it was hard. This industry is not easy, but it's worth it, right? I always share with people when I'm going to speak. People relate to your struggle more than they do your success. Like when I tell you I wasted a lot of money on radio and got ripped off, where I booked a show, promoted it, and barely anybody came, and basically performing for a few friends and mostly chairs. Or, you know, we put a song out and it got crickets. You know, we wanted it to blow up, but barely anybody heard it. You know, like I've experienced that, you know, signing with a record label and expecting, you know, huge things, and then they don't deliver on it. Getting booked on a tour and you think it's going to be sold out and, you know, this great experience, and there's barely anybody there. Or how about the time where I bought onto this tour and I was told I was going to get a 15-minute set, and instead of that, they made me the MC, and I was performing in between each band, and I was able to perform one song. But get this, while I was performing the one song, the band was setting up behind me, checking guitars, hitting on drums while I'm performing, because I was just the token rapper back then, and I was treated horribly, and I paid for that slot just so I could be in front of new fans, right? I wouldn't trade it for the world, but you better believe there is times when I'm on this tour, right, and they're treating me like this, and I'm, you know, having to pay to be there, and I'm away from my wife, and, you know, I'm thinking I could be back home, you know, getting paid $60,000 a year at my computer job, and I'm on tour with these rock guys, and they're treating me like garbage. I'm asking one of the bands if I think I had to pay them $20 a day just to ride in their van so I could save money and not have to rent a car, gas, and all that stuff. But even more, I said, dude, could I just sleep on your floor, man? Like, and I don't even think I had a blanket. I don't even remember where I got a blanket or if I brought one or what, but like I just slept on the floor. And then I remember early in the morning, I would wake up before everybody else. I'd sit in the hotel lobby, and I would just write. And then it was maybe 6 months, I don't know when it was later, because this song, my album was out. We found out all of a sudden I was blowing up in Japan, and I was selling 10,000 albums a week. And now all those bands that you know were not treating me, it was really the headliner that wasn't treating me so good. The other guys were fine. It was the headliner that gave me the real bum deal. They're not even making music anymore. And I've sold millions more records than them, and it's just crazy. But I had to go through the pain to get to the other side. And so I just want you to know, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, but you got to stay in this game. Read my book, Fighter, 5 Keys to Conquering Fear and Reaching Your Dreams. Get it on Audible, listen to it. It'll inspire you to keep fighting for this dream. And I hope to see you on our next challenge, 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge.